Okay, so for this video, I'm going to start with showing you guys where it all starts, where it's in the 3D model, right? So before we go into Veras, you need to start with either an image or a 3D model. So in this case, I'm going to show you guys my workflow from a 3D model to Enscape to Veras. But in this case, I'm using ArchiCAD. You're probably using SketchUp or Rhino or Revit, right? So if you have a model like this, you are able to bring this to Enscape, right? I already have a few of the items, of the landscape items in here. So the way you would do that, normally in ArchiCAD, you will have a plugin called Enscape, right? And here you're able to just go to Enscape, open Enscape, and then go from there. So in my case, I already have Enscape file open here. So you can see how normally you will have the Enscape file. So once you have the 3D model engine, once you have the 3D model in the Enscape, you are able to then, if you have the Veras license, you're able to bring here, open Veras, right? And so you click on that and it will open something like that. So Veras automatically will create a screenshot of your, let's call it view. So you have to make sure you set up the view first, then you open Veras, it creates a screenshot of that. So we're going to go through the main components of how does Veras work. So Veras has 5 main components here that you can utilize it. You can explore, the compose, the edit, the video, and the gallery. And once you have a screenshot of that model in Enscape, you'll start with Explore tab here automatically. And you can see how you have a few items here. But then the main reason why you start with Explore is because you will have option to kind of explore the Veras presets. And the presets are very important because you have styles. Think about like styles, and each of them, if you hover over each one, it has its own already, let's call it pre-designed like prompt that you can utilize. And along with that, it has already been trained with different models. So you can kind of see already, it gives you a really good idea of the style you're going to be getting on them. So for instance, you can come here, click on this one and do render. Here you can click on this and decide how many renderings you want to do in a row, whether you just want to do one rendering or you want to do a batch of 4 renderings. Another cool way to do this is you can kind of do one render here, click render, right? Click render, and then it will start loading that one. And then you can choose another preset and then do another render. And then it will just, you can have 4 different renderings with 4 different styles going on at the same time, up to 4. A lot of them, you're going to see that they are for exterior ones, but then a lot of them are for interior ones, and some of them are for axonometric. So I'm going to give an example. So if I click here on axo and I have this view, you're going to see that it's going to create an axo like this, right? Now, this could be very useful for interiors because it could create like an axo of that 3D space, which I think is very interesting. Another one that it did is this one here. You can see, whenever you go hover over the show original image, you can see the difference, right? So you see how great it does. Now, a lot of this could be ideation, right? Because I'm missing a lot of the background here. So you can control that. So whenever you go here and it does the rendering, for instance, you can go to compose and you will see the prompt right there. So you see the image right there, how it's generating that. And then you're able to go to the prompt and you're able to, for instance, if you don't want that landscape or you want to change something, or you want to just have a different lighting, maybe going more like sunset or, midday, you can go back to the prompt here and edit it and just make sure to kind of take out whatever it is that you need to take out. Along with that, also you have, going back to the explore section, you also have other styles. So this one here is the organic one, this one. So you see how it kind of generates some really cool designs there. And again, it's mainly ideation. You see how it's not perfect. You see how it kind of messes up a few things up there. You have sketches. This one here I really like. You see how it transformed that, right? So that's also with this one here. This one, it's called the architectural sketch. You have a different ones, timber atom realistic. And the great thing is like this, think about this as a start. So whenever you click on a lot of them, you're going to see that maybe you like 3 of them of this style. So once you like that, let's say if I like this one, for instance, then I can go to compose, which is step 2, right? You go to compose, and from there you can go to see here you have style chips, which meaning like if you want to do a minor edit, but you don't necessarily want to mess with the prompt, you can always come here and just click on one of them and it will enhance the image on that specific item. So you can do it more cinematic and it will probably do more dramatic lighting and things like that. If you want to go deeper into AI in architecture, make sure to join our community, Gaia Academy. I will put the link in the description below. So this is the community where architects want to learn generative AI, and we want to not just educate ourselves with AI, but we also want to get resources, workflows, templates. And at the same time, we want to network with people that are interested in AI within architecture. So make sure to join in the description below. And with that being said, let's jump in. Let's see. So you can go to this one, for instance, go to compose. And from there, you can click on render image or Enscape, and it will take things from the model. It can take things from different images here. You can kind of go through the gallery, right? You can see how I'm going through the gallery here and say, oh, I want you to start from this specific image and then give it a prompt, right? But for instance here, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm actually going to go back to the image that I like, right? And I'm going to say, just know that this image is just going to be, this prompt that you're going to be creating is going to be adding to the image that is already there. So you can say, birds flying across the sky, right? And then I'm gonna do this. And then normally rendering engine, Veras works with a Nano Banana engine when it comes to images. So all the images are gonna go through this Google environment with Nano Banana. So you can see how here you can have the Flash version 7, which is Nano Banana 2. But I normally will recommend you to go with the version 7, which is Nano Banana Pro, which has highest fidelity when it comes to that. So what it's gonna do is gonna start rendering from this specific image as a resource. Great. So that is when it comes to compose. So think about it as just a minor like editing. It's not quite editing, but it's kind of like, that's the first pass after you explore the style. Then you can kind of give it extra detail as far as adjusting the prompt, adjusting the ratio, enhancing a few elements, very basic, not quite going to the very specific editing of the image just yet. But I'm going to give you an example here. So before I used to have these images that I really like, and I can go to edit. So now we're going to go to step 3, which is the editing part of Veras. So with this one here, you have different tools here, but the most important one is this one here that I like. So you can kind of select things by material. As you can see, you can select things by object most of the time, right? So you see it's not perfect, but sometimes you can select all the grass, for instance, right away. You might be selecting also the concrete, select things by category, right? You can select things by, different things. If you want to do more manual, you can draw shapes. So when you draw shapes, you just come here and it will automatically generate a window like that you can draw. And then you click enter and you can just say, with that, what you can just say omit window, add vertical wood siding. Instead, keep everything else intact, hypothetically, right? So 2K, you make sure that you go to the version 7. And normally I will recommend you to do 2 renderings, just because normally sometimes it will make a minor mistake on the first one. So normally, and then you'll have to re-render again. I'd rather just render it 2 or 3 times in a ride in one of those tries, increases rather than me having to wait and then render it again. In the meantime, what I can tell you is that whenever you're in the editing tool, you can also do a straight line, you can do curved lines, you can do freehand, right? So you could potentially come here and say, hey, I need to add, birds in this section here, right? Or you can go and, say, hey, I need you to add like a line right here, right? So think about it like a little bit of freehand version of it. So that's very useful when you're doing the editing part of it. You can also take it with colors. You can increase the line weight. So think about it like you drawing on top red lines. That's a way to look at it. You can always go back to the original here, to the original image, to where it did the edit, right? I'm not gonna say this tool is perfect. It's not great either, but you can see how it added the birds, you see? So it added the birds on the sky, added more birds here. So these are like the 3 tries that I gave it. Also, now here's the editing. So you see how it was able to get the window out of the way. Now you see how on the first try, it actually took the 2 windows out. So it didn't do it right the first time, but on the second time, it did it right. It only added the wood siding on that part of the building. So now that that's been in place, so we have gone through step 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to go to step 4, which is the video. So you can see how here you have different videos, right? But you see a lot of them are sometimes a little weird. Some of them are, like that. So how do you control the videos? This one here was actually pretty decent, right? It opened the door, it all did all that. So that one there I really like. So normally when you start with a video, normally you go to the right side here when you will have the video model. So what I would recommend, 2. It's good, but it's not as great. You normally want to go with the 3.1 or the VO 3.1 fast. Those are the ones that tend to give you better results. So I'm going to start with the 3.1 fast, and I'm going to make sure it's rendering from this image. Now, the great thing with this is that you can go and create, like, there's already presets of the ways that you can kind of zoom in the camera, zoom to the right. So there's already presets that I will recommend you to see. In this case, for me, I used the summer winter. And then once I did the summer winter, I went here and I just edited it. So it doesn't really turn into winter as you saw in the first time, but it just creates a quick, whole camera is steady and everything kind of else moves away. And then you can kind of say, then you can come here, readjust the ratio. You can readjust the resolution. You can change here like the duration, right? So I'm going to say 8 seconds and then I'm going to give it 3 times to render. Now, this might take a little while. And sometimes here, for instance, it failed. So I'm going to have to go here and see why is it doing that, right? So I might have to do 1 and just test it again. So let's say 1, do that. And sometimes it might be that the model is not supporting the resolution that you want. And that's something that maybe needs to get fixed, right? So maybe it's that I have already consumed all the credits just because I was already working on a few images before. See, in this case, it's rendering, right? So it's gonna be rendering that and then it's gonna just do that. If you wanna go deeper into AI in architecture, make sure to join our community, Gaia Academy. I will put the link in the description below. So this is the community where architects wanna learn generative AI and we wanna not just educate ourselves with AI, but we also want to get resources, workflows, templates, and at the same time, we want to network with people that are interested in AI within architecture. So make sure to join in the description below. And with that being said, let's jump in. Now, for the last step, you see how I have my 80 credits used. That's why it was not allowing me to do the rendering. So now we're going to go to gallery here. And here is where you will have the organization of all the previous images that you've done on the previous images, the projects, as you can see. So think about it like, here's where you will have all the results. So for whatever reason, you come back to this project or any other project and you want to kind of go and find a reference that maybe you like on a different project that you did, you always kind of come back to the gallery. You can kind of see which one it was that you like. Maybe I like this one. You can download this one and then use it as a reference in the compose, right? So here you see how you have reference images. You can use the previous images that you really like into these references images. So that is all you need to do on, okay, so you see how the video looks like right now. Pretty good. So that's all the basics that you really need from Veras. I mean, it's very easy to use. And I really recommend you that if you have the Enscape environment, and even if you don't have the Enscape environment, to try Veras, just because Veras also works with images. So you don't have to have like a 3D model. You don't need to have a license in ArchiCAD or Revit or anything like that. You can just, or an Enscape license, you can just go get a Veras license and you can utilize it with images. So rather than coming here and having to get a 3D model, like a screenshot of a 3D model here, right? You can just give it an image that you could do it in a 3D model, or you grab an image from Pinterest or whatever. You can just bring this image, upload this image here and do the same process as we discussed here. So that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.